Now joining us on the guest line is one of the greatest players to ever wear a Michigan football uniform. He is the touchdown king, a national champion, and now he's off to the NFL. And that, of course, is Blake Corum, kind enough to join us once again on the Zach Gelb Show on CBS Sports Radio. Blake, first and foremost, congratulations. Always appreciate the time. And how you been?
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. I've been great, man. I'm currently down here in the great state of Florida, training for the combine, getting ready.
Yeah, what is this like for you? You had a great career at Michigan, and then you got to turn the page so quickly. It ends in the best way possible, winning a national championship. But now you're all full go in the next chapter of your journey as you get set to hear your name called in a few months in the NFL draft. So what's this been like for you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been a dream come true. This is something I've dreamed about since I was a kid, and so many great things has happened over really this year and last year, you could say, but really this year with the national championship, a great Rose Bowl win, and now, it didn't really get much time to really embrace that all because I had to get ready for the next chapter. Time waits for no man. So, it's been crazy, but it's been great.
When you get a moment to breathe and you get a moment to process what you guys accomplished this year, and it only happened a little over 2 weeks ago when you're walking off the field at NRG Stadium and you guys are the best team in college football, how do you kind of put that into words, what winning it all meant to you?
Man, that's what I came to Michigan for. When I sit back and think about everything my teammates, Coach Harbaugh, all the other coaches, the university have been through, and just to come out on top and shut everyone up and just let everyone know, this is Team 144 was one of the best teams ever to play college football. It means a lot to me. I don't take that for granted at all. And, I'm just blessed to have been able to be a part of such a great team. And, we're national champions, man. So that's something no one can ever take away from us.
And you had to fight for everything that you've ever earned in your life. I remember the first time we talked to you, you were discussing how when you were in high school to get to a better high school and get a little more recognition, your dad would drive you like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then your mom would drive you back each and every day. And it was a big sacrifice that your parents made. And then you get to Michigan, you guys got the program back into a good spot. You beat Ohio State twice. You won 2 Big Ten national championships. And at the end of that season, unfortunately, you get hurt. You made the decision to come back. And then you guys put the cherry on top of the Sunday, the last missing piece, and winning that national championship. Just what did this year kind of teach you about yourself with everything that you had to overcome for the adversity and for it to end in the best way possible?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful for to go through such a great trial. I just thank God for allowing me. I wasn't happy that I got hurt, but once I really sat back and thought about it, it was great. Just because I grew as a man, I grew spiritually, mentally, and physically. And ultimately, if I didn't get hurt, most likely I would have gone to the NFL. So, I'm just blessed that, certain things happen. I believe everything happens for a reason. And, coming back to the University of Michigan was the best decision I ever made. And coming back and being with my teammates and ultimately just, coming out on top. Like I told everyone, what was that, February 9th, when I was in the Chrysler Center, that, we would go down as legends and win a national championship, and that's what we did. And so, just being able to say I was a man of my word and bring a national championship to Ann Arbor, man, you can't write a better story than that.
Blake Corum here with us. Is it bizarre to you? Is it kind of surreal that the journey and the chapter at Michigan is now over for you?
Oh, it's weird. I was actually on the phone with my mom earlier, and I was like, man, it feels weird just being a football player. Usually I'm just so used to being a student athlete, and now I'm just a football player, just training every day. No schoolwork, strictly football, and so it's fun, it's nice, but it definitely feels a little weird.
Well, the big news the last 24 hours: your head football coach Jim Harbaugh is now going to join you maybe somewhere in the NFL, but he's off to the Los Angeles Chargers. Just when that did all go down, I know it wasn't shocking, but what was the initial reaction when Jim Harbaugh decided to go from college back to the NFL?
Yeah, no, not shocking at all. Coach Harbaugh is a man with goals, and, he set out to win a national championship and change Michigan around, and he did that. So why not go back and give it a round 2 at trying to win a Super Bowl? Just he's such a great coach. He's won everywhere he's been. Coach means a lot to me. So just seeing him, be the head coach of the Chargers, I know he's not going to need a couple years to change that program around. They're going to win right away, and I'm excited to see what he does.
I wonder if you're going to be a part of that journey. I know you don't know where you're going to go yet in the NFL draft, but I could see Jim drafting you, and maybe you guys reunite in L.A.
Yeah, that would be great. Like I said, Coach Harbaugh, he's such a great coach. I love playing for him. I would do anything for Coach Harbaugh. And, so, hey, you never know. Coach might end up picking me up in the draft, but whether he does or doesn't, I know he's going to be such a successful head coach as he always has been. And I know, the L.A. Chargers are going to do big things with Coach Harbaugh in charge.
Talking to Blake Corum right now, the legendary Michigan running back. He's getting set to hear his name called in the NFL draft in a few months. So now it's what's next for Michigan. They lose a lot of great players that go down as champions, and we'll see who does come back with the transfer portal now opening up. But a lot of people anticipate Sharon Moore is going to be the next head football coach. Just why would Sharon Moore, in your opinion, be the right choice for Michigan?
I mean, because he's a Michigan man. He's been in the program for a long time. He's been a great OC, and he has top 10 wins under his belt already as a head coach. So I think he's shown that, he's the guy for the job. He knows he's learned under Coach Harbaugh, and like I said, he's already had experience being the head coach when Coach Harbaugh was suspended. So, I think Coach Moore is definitely the man for the job. I think we go in-house with this one, keep the culture going down in Michigan, and make sure everyone's on the same page. But I think Coach Moore, he'd make a great head coach. And, I think he is the guy. I think we all know that. Obviously, we had to wait 7 days before they can name a head coach. But he's the guy.
Yeah, I think everyone would be shocked if it's not him, right? Like, you'd be disappointed if it comes out in 7 or 8 days that he isn't going to be the next head coach of Michigan, right?
Yeah, I would be disappointed.
Wrap it up with Blake Corum. What would you say to a current Michigan player about the next journey, the next team? Because now with the transfer portal and it opening back up with Harbaugh leaving, people will get other opportunities to maybe go make some money in the NIL world that we're living in now. What would you say to some of your former now Michigan teammates about staying at Michigan and why they should see that journey through?
I called Donovan the other day, but what I would say to Team 145 is stick to the plan. Just because, guys have left, we lost a good amount of our guys. There's still a bunch of guys that are coming back. And what we've built at Michigan, don't let anyone change that. The culture, the brotherhood, the love for the game, the love for each other. Don't let any of that diminish just because some guys left and, Coach Harbaugh left. The culture at Michigan must remain the culture at Michigan. And everyone must be on the same train. And the train only goes in one way, and everyone has to hop on. So, that's what I would say to Team 145. Don't switch up. Stick to the plan. Stick to the Michigan way, the way that we've created since 2021. So, that's what I would say.
Why was this team so unselfish? Like, you guys had so many talented players, and ego could maybe, derail a team that has so much talent. And, the ball could only go to one person on every play. Why was this team able to sacrifice in order to reach their ultimate goal, which was, win the Big Ten again, beat Ohio State, then you win the Rose Bowl, and then you cap it off with the national title?
Well, when you have a team that only cares about winning, and when you have a head coach that only cares about winning, that's what you guys will do, right? And you'll do everything to win. So, the culture we built at Michigan is win, 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 win. No matter what it takes, win the ball game. And so when you have that type of mindset, you don't care who scores, you don't care who gets a tackle or a pick or a touchdown. You just want to win by any means necessary. And so that's where that unselfishness comes from. We know we love our brothers. We love seeing our brothers have success. And like Coach Harbaugh always says, what's good for the bee is good for the hive. And what's good for the hive is good for the bee.
But what's your favorite Harbaugh saying? Is it that one, just wondering?
I mean, he has so many, so many good ones. He's always throwing stuff at us. That's definitely one of them because it's so true. But I mean, one of my favorite ones, and it's just in the Harbaugh family, is who's got it better than us? That's a good one. That's legendary.
And the right answer is nobody, obviously. Before we let you run, Blake Corum, I was at that game in the Big House, and unfortunately, Zach Zinter goes down in the Ohio State game. I've never seen an environment like that where they just start chanting, let's go, Zach, just over and over and over again. And then, right, you guys are seeing your teammate, your brother, on the field with a nasty, gruesome injury, and there was a long layoff, and the next play, boom, you put the ball in the end zone, and you flash his number 6'5" up to the camera. Just how did you even think about that one in the moment? Because it was just so cool to see when it did play out in the big house.
You know, when you're your brother's keeper and you're around your brothers all the time, things just happen, right? So, you know, I felt for Zach because I kind of felt what he was going through because I went through it last year, you know, towards the last game of the season. You know, I felt what he was feeling. You know, even though I didn't get a chance to talk to him during that moment, I felt it. And so, you know, I just wanted to throw it up for Big Zen and let him know, hey, we're going to get this dub for you.
I know that it was so special for you to win the national championship, but to see Donovan Edwards, who had an up-and-down season, end the season with those two big runs to set the tone for you guys in Houston up against Washington, you just had to be so elated for him, right?
So happy, you know, and I'm just so happy it happened at that time because he's going to carry that confidence over into this next season. Like I told him, man, go get everything you ever dreamed of, you know, and, you know, be a leader of a team, be the leader that you are, and lead this team. And so, you know, seeing him score those touchdowns in the biggest game of his career, of all our careers, you know, it meant a lot. I just know he's going to do big things next year with him being, you know, RB1, and you know, I'm so excited to see what he does. You know, I'm excited to see, you know, him win the Doak Walker and, you know, be in the Heisman race. Walter King, you know, you name it. I'm saying he's going to go get it. You know, this is how much faith I have in my guy and his work ethic. But yeah, it was awesome seeing him score those two long ones.
Bringing it back to you, Blake Corum, you're going to get asked a lot of weird questions in the next few months leading up to the draft. I'll ask you a simple one. Why should a team draft Blake Corum? What are they getting if they call your name in April?
Yeah, why should a team draft Blake Corum? I mean, there's many reasons on why a team should draft me, but, you know, whoever does draft me, whoever sees, you know, I fit their scheme and I fit, you know, their organization, they're going to get a guy who's going to work harder than ever, a guy that's all about winning, a guy that's there for the team, and a guy that, you know, will do good on and off the field, a guy you don't have to worry about, you know, doing dumb things that will make the team look bad, and a guy that's just always going to give his all. You know, he's going to put his whole heart and soul into the game and into the organization, and with that being said, you know, hopefully win the Super Bowl. So, you know, just a guy that wants to give his all to the organization and win.
And the other thing, too, because, you know, character matters with a human being. You have a lot on your plate when you're the star of a college football team and you get pulled in many different directions. What you've been able to do off the field with your charity work, it really is remarkable. Just tell some people what you do away from the football field to uplift some others. Yeah,
you know, I believe charity work is why we are put on this earth. I think we're put on this earth to help others. And that's just something that's always been a part of me since I was a youngster. You know, just my mom and dad instilled it in me. So, you know, some things I do and I'm going to continue to do is, you know, my turkey drive. You know, I've done it 3 years in a row, and even though I won't be in Ann Arbor, I'm going to make sure the Ypsilanti family still get turkeys. Backpack drives. We did the biggest Christmas giveaway I've ever seen. We've gone to McDonald's and got cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and just drove around handing burgers out to the homeless. We've done free football camps. You know, we've done a lot in the community, and currently I'm trying to start this big project I'm starting a nonprofit organization, but I plan on buying some land, a good amount of land, and building zip lines, cabins, you know, a man-made lake, just everything so I can bring kids that might be less fortunate. We'll bring them to what I would call a farm and just allow them to have a good time, teach them different skills, and teach them how to change their oil, teach them how to change a tire, allow them to have fun. So, you know, I'm trying to do a lot of things in the community to allow especially the younger generation to dream big. And so, you know, those are my goals, man, just to make a difference.
It's absolutely awesome. I have to personally thank you, by the way. Two of my best friends, I've told you this throughout the years, they attended Michigan, and they're elated, right? Because now they look at their school and they could be national champs. But another one of my best friends He went to Ohio State. I haven't heard much from him this year, so I thank you. It's his 30th birthday today for kind of shutting him up this football season. Last thing I'll ask you, though, and, the scandal has been a big topic of conversation, obviously. You guys lost your coach for 3 games. You come back, right? You beat everyone in front of you. What do you say to people that still doubt what this Michigan team accomplished this past year?
To everyone that doubts, just let them doubt. They're probably miserable. They're probably the type of people that hate their job and, don't take each day like it's a blessing. Wake up on the wrong side of the bed. So, I don't really pay attention to those people that are still doubting on what we did. And, so I just let them be them. I don't feed my energy into negative energy. I'm a very positive person. So for the people that, just don't like life and, those are the people that are hating on us and think, we shouldn't have won a national championship. We really weren't that good of a team. So I just let them talk, man. Our game showed we're national champions. We beat the best teams. So I just let them talk.